It's funny how life throws you into moments that either break you or make you stronger sometimes in ways you never expected. So picture this. Diana Johnson, 26 years old, kneeling on the marble floor of one of Manhattan's swankiest ballrooms, trying to clean up a spill of red wine during a charity event. Everyone's dressed to the nines, champagne glasses clinking, the kind of night where billionaires flash their wealth like badges of honor while pretending to care about social causes. And then William Hartford strolls up to her, the CEO of Hartford Industries, heir to a $400 million fortune, dripping in arrogance, wearing a tuxedo worth more than Diana's monthly rent, flashing a watch that probably costs more than a small car. With that smug, entitled grin, he asks her, "So you're one of the special girls for after the party?" "Yeah, that happened." Diana looks up slowly, heart pounding but voice steady. "Sir, I'm part of the cleaning staff." She's heard that tone before since childhood, growing up in the Bronx, where men like William see her as nothing more than a servant, an object to be toyed with. William leans in, lowering his voice, almost purring. "I like that discreet approach. Very professional. I hear there's special entertainment after the event. How much do you charge for the whole night?" Around them, the glittering ballroom carries on, soaked in hypocrisy. Crystal chandeliers reflect the glow of privilege, and no one bats an eye as Diana's dignity is stripped bare right there on the marble floor. Some guests smirk, others turn away as if this scene belongs in the background of their perfect world. A senator's wife even leans over, whispering with laughter to her friend about the spectacle. But Diana? She's no ordinary cleaning lady. Raised as the only black student in her school, she fought tooth and nail for a scholarship to Columbia University, earning a business degree while juggling 3 jobs including cleaning offices at night. Every degree, every barrier smashed, and yet here she is, being reduced to a punchline by a man who's never worked a day in his life. She stands slowly, locks eyes with William, and says, "I'm afraid there's been a misunderstanding. I'm here to keep this event clean and organized. Nothing more." William's response? He pulls out a crisp $100 bill, waving it like a trophy, making sure the nearby guests catch the show. "Sweetheart, when you change your mind about those extra services, look me up. I've got a suite at the Pierre. 300 hours fare." Laughter erupts from a nearby group of executives, typical William, always to the point. But here's the twist: Diana doesn't cower. No tears, no apology. She stands taller, her gaze sharp enough to cut through the pretense. "Thanks for the offer, Mr. Hartford," she says, calm but fierce, "but I have principles money can't buy." That voice-educated, poise confused William. He wasn't used to cleaning ladies who spoke like that, who looked him in the eye without a trace of fear or submission. Usually, women in her place would shrink or break down. Not Diana. What William didn't know was that she wasn't just cleaning floors. She spoke 4 languages, held 2 degrees, and, most importantly, carried a secret weapon in her purse that would soon shake his entire world. He walked away laughing, joking with his friends about how charity works, unaware that Diana's eyes burned with a determination forged in fires far hotter than any ballroom chandeliers. She wasn't broken. She was gathering strength. You see, Diana's story runs deeper than this one humiliating night. At 16, she watched her mother face similar degradation, fired on false theft charges after rejecting her employer's disgusting proposition, losing their home because of that cruelty. That memory was a vow. Never again. Not for her. Not for any woman. William Hartford had no idea who he'd just tried to humiliate. Diana wasn't just a cleaning lady scraping by. She ran DJ Consulting, a corporate audit firm that specialized in exposing financial fraud and labor abuses. Powerful men spoke freely around her, assuming she was invisible, harmless. They couldn't have been more wrong. 3 days later, Diana's supervisor called with bad news. Hartford's office had complained, branding Diana inappropriate and demanding she be removed from high-profile event rosters. And there was a dark suggestion tucked in the message that Diana might want to consider other services to keep working. Economic blackmail dressed as concern. A threat disguised as advice. But that moment when the world tried to crush her, Diana changed. The girl who'd seen her mother humiliated, who juggled school and 3 jobs, who built her career from scratch despite the prejudice that woman was done bowing. She hung up, walked to her small home office, and opened 2 boxes filled with years of cases. Corrupt businessmen exposed, harassment documented, injustices laid bare. Then she got to work diving into Hartford Industries' finances, unearthing suspicious deals, questionable contracts, and a 10-year pattern of discrimination and abuse. The more she uncovered, the more she smiled. William Hartford's arrogance had blinded him. Every public humiliation, every attempt to silence her only sharpened her resolve. While William boasted at his private club about putting that cleaning lady in her place, Diana infiltrated events under a fake name, gathering evidence. She met Marcus Thompson, a seasoned black lawyer known for taking down corporate discrimination cases. A discreet conversation, a shared vision. That same night, William posted on social media, captioning a photo from the charity, "Excellent dinner tonight. I love how our city keeps certain people in their place. The natural order always prevails." Yeah, that happened. For Diana, it was the last piece of evidence she needed, his racism and arrogance laid bare for the world. Marcus and Diana met in a quiet Bronx cafe. For 2 hours, she detailed every insult, every dirty trick, every attempt to sabotage her career, and revealed her true identity, a corporate consultant with irrefutable evidence. Marcus flipped through documents, recordings, social media posts, witness statements, and the financial irregularities she'd uncovered. Enough to open a federal investigation and file a $50 million lawsuit. "How did you get all this?" Marcus asked, impressed. Diana smiled. "People underestimate you. They leave things exposed. Powerful men never expect the cleaning lady to be their worst nightmare." Meanwhile, William kept living in blissful ignorance, posting arrogant comments, oblivious to the storm about to hit. Until one Monday, his assistant burst in. Reporters were waiting downstairs with questions about a federal lawsuit. Panic set in. His lawyer called with the worst New-San Equal Employment Opportunity Commission investigation with a decade of damning evidence, sexual harassment allegations, retaliation claims. And the woman behind it all? Diana Johnson, the cleaning lady. He thought he controlled was the sharpest weapon he'd ever underestimated. Then the Twitter storm exploded. Hartford Exposed trended worldwide. Videos surfaced showing Williams' crude offers and racist remarks during the charity event millions viewed, shared by celebrities, activists, politicians. Williams' empire crumbled overnight. At a live press conference, Diana stood flawless, eloquent, dignified, powerful. "I grew up watching my mother humiliated by men like William Hartford," she told Anderson Cooper, eyes burning with quiet fire. "No one is above justice." Williams' phone wouldn't stop ringing. Investors pulled out, business partners cut ties, former friends vanished. The very society that once laughed at Diana scrambled to distance themselves. The same senator's wife, who whispered and laughed, was now publicly condemning him. Then came the damning memo Diana unearthed in internal Hartford Industries document signed by William himself, instructing supervisors to fire minority employees under false pretenses. The mask had slipped, revealing a rotten core. Months later, Diana's consulting firm was thriving, clients lined up, citing the Hartford case as the reason. The lawsuit won her $50 million, but more importantly, it sparked the Hartford Act, strengthening protections against workplace discrimination and retaliation. William Hartford, stripped of his fortune, living quietly in Queens, rejected even by his small consulting firm's board. His former tormentor had rewritten the rules, and he was left playing a role he never wanted the man finally put in his place. Even Jennifer, the supervisor forced to fire Diana, came back, tears in her eyes, apologizing and inspired to fight discrimination herself. Diana welcomed her with a genuine hug. Doing the right thing when it's dangerous is what defines character. At Columbia Business School, where Diana once cleaned bathrooms to pay tuition, she now spoke to future leaders. "Never underestimate someone because of their appearance or background," she told them. "The person you despise today might decide your fate tomorrow." A young black man raised his hand. MS. Johnson, how did you keep your dignity through all this? She smiled. Humiliation only works if you accept the definition others give you. I always knew who I was. Walking past the grand ballroom now, closed for renovations and rumored to become a memorial to workplace discrimination victims, Diana reflected on her journey. From cleaning wine stains off marble floors to cleaning the dirt out of the American corporate system, her greatest revenge wasn't destroying William Hartford, it was building a legacy he could never touch. A black woman from the Bronx had rewritten the rules of Wall Street, inspiring a generation to never accept less than they deserved. William tried to humiliate Diana, but his arrogance only sped her rise. Sometimes, the worst moments are just the universe prepping us for our greatest victories. So what do you think? Was Diana justified in her fight? Is justice served when the powerful fall like this? Drop your thoughts below, and let's talk about who really holds the power of money or the courage to stand up. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories where integrity beats cruelty every time.